Barack Obama in crisis mode at the G20, grappling with the aftermath of the Paris attacks that have put him on the defensive over his strategy against the Islamic State.
The terrible events in Paris were obviously a terrible and sickening setback. Even as we grieve with our French friends, however, we can't lose sight that there has been progress being made.
But back in Washington, there's a growing sense that it's not enough, even among Obama's supporters. Hardin Lang is an expert at the Center for American Progress, which is close to the Democratic Party.
Where there certainly are some inside the Democratic Party who, if they're going to see a Democratic president come in the next term, they want to see some sort of investment now that will help shape the battlefield for better options for a new administration when they come into power.
One such investment could be sending in more special forces, something observers say might be on the cards. But conservative critics like Jonathan Schanzer say there's a deeper problem with Obama's leadership and his attitude to American power in the Middle East.
At its core, he sees it as a destabilizing factor in the region rather than perhaps a force for good, which is, I think, the way most Americans have viewed the role of our military since our entry into World War II.
Nearby, Washington's foreign policy elite was gathering to hear the words of a man who embodies that sweep of history. Henry Kissinger, the grandee of grand strategy, reflected on the daunting complexity of the current crisis in the Middle East.
For Americans, it's very hard to understand because we believe that there is one single world order that follows accepted principles.
It's a troubling thought here in Washington that those challenges that lay behind the Paris attacks may be beyond its power to control or even comprehend. And yet Barack Obama's critics say that he's not doing enough to even try. Expect this to be one of the defining conversations of 2016 when America chooses his successor.